This is John Paul Rai. I'm coming to you from Tokyo, Japan, and today I want to cover part of a court document that's pretty important. It's getting around the news, so first of all, quick shout out to Come Geek Some, Stevie J, and Les. They've been covering this court stuff pretty good. They did a stream on it. And also, shout out to Seafar Baby, aka Flying Without Fear, from saying that right, it's a pretty long name. They sent me this info. What it is a complete contradiction between two of Amber Heard's lawyers. And it's a very important contradiction about the main point of the case, or one of the two main points of the case. One of the main points of the case is the Washington Post op-ed that Amber said was not about Johnny, and the other part is about proving Johnny lost money due to the defamation. So this here covers one main part of the case. It says, oops, AH current attorney Elaine Brennenhoff sees a bus and throws AH under it, revealing finally the truth. The op-ed was about Johnny, game over. So it's half game over, like I said. But let's read first, I'll get into why. Roberta Kaplan, AHX lawyer, said the op-ed was not about JD on September 17, 2019. Fundamentally, and contrary to the premise of Mr. Depp's case, it was not about him and what he did to Miss Heard during their marriage, she wrote. And then AH's current lawyer stated in new court documents that the op-ed is about Johnny. So I guess that's a pretty big piece of ignorance and F-up. Just plain hilarious for us, I guess. So she says, the facts underlining the two actions are also related in time and space. The op-ed in the Washington Post both address Heard's allegations of domestic violence and abuse by Depp during their relationship, which became public with her filing for divorce and obtaining a domestic violence restraining order in May 2016. The publications serve readers worldwide, maintaining websites accessible all over the world. And the other thing I was thinking is this. We've also got these attempts to throw this thing out of court. And, I truly believe there are definitely people in this world who do the right thing more than others. Probably judges, officers, school principals. I think there are definitely people who do hold themselves to higher moral standards. Having said that, and I'll get to my point in a second, is that, we're all human, we all want attention, and we all like the spotlight to a certain extent. So what I was getting at is Judge Penny heard this stuff like, well, it's been said and done in the UK, so don't worry about it, let's dismiss the case. But I'm sure part of her wants to take this case to be in the spotlight, to be talked about, to have her decisions as a judge analyzed. Now, I'm sure she's probably a great person, and she'd do the right thing anyway, but I think part of her, maybe a small part of her, is saying, no, I want to be in this case. I want to make the decisions here. I want to be the one to say, my God, Amber, your lawyers are doing a really terrible job. I think that this is politics to you, identity politics, and I think we're going to give the win to Johnny. That's probably what she's going to say. Also, something very important that you won't hear mentioned too much is that, if for some reason Johnny does not win this case, it really exposes that the justice systems are not right. And of course, if he does not win this case, a lot of us, probably 99.999% of us, will be supporting Johnny moving forward with whatever he does with his life, whether it's music or movies or whatever he does. But the point is, it might start a whole second movement to really look into the justice system, because we cannot have justice online, we cannot have justice by mob rule, but In this case, there are exceptions to these rules and these theories and these philosophies about that, and this is an exception. We've got so much evidence against you know who that even though there is internet jury and mob rule and things like that, in this case, the evidence is there. The proof is there. It's not just allegations. It's not just because people love Johnny Depp. Hell, I am not even the hugest fan. I've become more of a fan over the last year. When I first started, I didn't know so much about Depp. He did look like a good guy. He did look like one of those, soft-spoken gentleman type guys. So the whole thing felt weird to me, which is why I checked it out. And I learned soon enough that there was a lot of evidence on Amber. But the point is, if he doesn't win, it's not going to look good for the justice system in the UK and then also in the US. Anyway, you guys, of course, let me know what you think down below. I also sense a really strong feeling of identity politics surrounding this case. If you haven't noticed, Amber Heard picks all women for her lawyers. And I think in her case, it's probably because they're women, not because of their track record. And Amber Heard wears her politics on her sleeve. Johnny Depp hires all men, but Johnny Depp's very quiet about his politics. He slips things out here and there. He's been known to say some things, but he's not an activist with his politics in the same way Amber is. So there's a pretty big difference between them as characters. Okay. Anyway, if you're not subscribed here, consider it. I'm doing shoutouts, special thanks, things like that. If you don't subscribe, I guess I'll be sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time.